This is verse 20, 16th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Peter has just made his famous Caesarea Philippi confession. Jesus has congratulated Peter, not so much because of virtue in Peter, but because this shows that he was blessed to the Father who made this immediate revelation to him, this insight that came from supernatural sources, and further gives Peter special privileges, giving him the keys of the kingdom, as we have already discussed. But then we have a little bit of a jarring transition here with verse 20. So tota, this is an indeclinable adverb, means then. Diastelato, this is from diastello. Dia generally means through. The stello here means to put something, to place it. Actually, our English word stall is derived from this, a place where you put, for example, an animal, and it's going to be constrained in its movements is the idea. Diastello means basically he constrained them. The dia adds a little emphasis to it. It's in the middle voice. So he constrained them for himself. This is Jesus insisting with respect to the disciples, toi mathetais, to the disciples, constraining the disciples, hena, in order that, takes the subjunctive which we have here, so aposen, from lego. This is the third person plural. It's the aorist active subjunctive, so he constrained them in order that they would say, speak, medeni, to no one. The me is used with subjunctive applications. This is the dative singular, so they would say to no one. Hoti, that, conjunction, autos, for intensity, he himself. Estin is, present tense, third person singular, ho Christos, the Christ. Of course, it was a very volatile idea. Jesus was already well known as a miracle worker, and if the word were let out or popularized, that he was the Christ, that had such political overtones that it would certainly cause things to spin out of control in a hurry. And so Jesus, out of sheer discretion, until the disciples have a much better idea of what it means to say that he's the Christ, wanted them to keep that under wraps. Even Peter's protest that we're going to see in the next few verses makes it clear that there was no really reasonable understanding in the parts of the minds of the disciples as to the actual significance of this affirmation. And so Jesus, of course, wisely wants them to keep it to themselves for the time being.